Today I'm going to make this, to make a bonsai out of this lemon tree. I took this lemon tree previously planted in a very large spot, and the soil is very wet and it seems that the roots are rotting, so I'm going to check the existing roots first. Then I plan to plant this in a colander, this one. Okay. And then plant this to a larger pot to facilitate enlargements of roots, which I can easily harvest. So that's the purpose of the colander. Oh, these nets were used to plant this in its previous container. See, the soil used is just a garden soil. It's a garden soil, and although the roots, of course, this was overpot, so this is actually the root ball. It's a lot smaller than it has to be planted. So I'm going to remove the excess of garden soil. I'm not really going to bare root this, just enough so I can plant this in its new pot. First, I'm going to put it here. It's a plastic basin with holes at the bottom and also at the side. So the purpose for that is to facilitate. I'm going to remove more. Okay. To facilitate, the purpose for that is to facilitate rooting. Roots can go to the sides, to the bottom, and this will enlarge the, increase the thickness, to facilitate increase in the thickness of the girth as well as the branches. So it will be planted here and then planted to a larger pot. Okay. Okay, see, so I'll be planting it here. I'm going to use first coarse soil at the bottom, like this one. That's very coarse soil. Okay, then plant it here. Then gonna tie this later, and then use the finer one to the side. Okay. This is good for drainage but has no nutrients, so I'm going to top this up with back to the garden soil. I'm going to put some garden soil for its nutrients. Okay, so that's it. I have planted this lemon. You see, there are fruits, but then this will go to a much larger pot. So the principle for this is the roots, if this eventually gets bigger, the roots can go out from here and then grow to that larger pot. And then from time to time I will remove it. I will remove this from the larger pot and then trim the roots so that the roots can ramify inside here. So I have to limit the root ball to this size only. and eventually when transferred to a bonsai pot, I have to trim it further. But in this case, to facilitate increase in thickness of this, my target is about 1 inch, and so that I can also carve these branches where it can grow. So that's it. Now I'm going to prepare the bigger pot. So this is now the bigger pot in which this lemon will be planted. So it has a very big hole. This is an oversized hole actually. You don't need to have that size. Then I'm going to put okay. That's the drainage. That's the drainage layer. And then I'm going to put a used one. This is a used soil, means it has some fertilizer. But anyway, before these roots can grow out of that and reach this fertilizer, it will have already stabilized, so it can take soils with fertilizer. So this one goes in here. Oh, I need to add more. This should be protruding a little bit. Okay, so now I have laid my soil. Then put this. Okay, so I need to add some soil at the side to really fill up. Okay, I'm adding soil at the side to fill up. Okay, fill up this side. You might wonder what is that noise there. That's my assist filtering some sand in preparation of next repots. So what we do is we prepare our sand in advance, and we utilize our used soil, but in appropriate ways. So, did you remember the principle? That is one technique to increase the thickness of your trunks and of course the branches, because the branches will thicken first before you can even move 1/8 inch of the trunk. So the branches will thicken first, and then when the branches are thick enough, or the requirement is big enough, requirement for supply, that means nutrients, water, then that's the time the trunk will also increase. And if you want that, if that's your goal, then you have to put it in a larger pot. But the problem, if you don't you don't limit the roots can really grow so much, and what you want there is ramified roots. You want plenty of fine roots to be supplying your plant. So you have to control it by trimming, and you trim only the roots that is going out of this plastic basin to maintain your root ball. Then maybe you can put it back in a year and let it be here for years, for additional years. And then you will then, when the time comes that you have to transfer this into a bonsai pot, then hopefully by the time you have a very compact root ball with plenty of fine roots nearer your trunk. So I think I'm almost done. Okay, so after this, what do I plan to do? That's the next question probably. I don't think you can see me, but anyway, this is the work is the most important thing. So yeah, what's the next thing to do? The next thing to do is you're going to carve that one. I mean, you're going to create taper because this will grow tall. But somehow you cannot create anymore a very large trunk. Maybe the target is 1 inch, an inch. Then, if possible, just maintain the height. Okay. Maintain the height and grow your trunk an inch. So that's still about 1/4. So you have to grow this 400 times thicker. And this is the way to do it. Use a large, but not too large because it might cause overpotting. Overpotting, that is roots rotting because of too much soil, and that too much soil can retain too much moisture, or can retain too much water that it becomes soggy. But what you need there is moist soil, not soggy. So anyway, the water works. I will water this and the water will just fill in the gaps. From time to time as I water this, it will fill in the gaps. Okay, like this. Okay, now to the next question. What do you do so that this will create some movement such that this will not grow too much. It will just, but if you create too little movement, it will eventually be lost when the trunk gets thicker. So you cannot. This is lignified quite, and it is quite hard. So what we do is we put wood here, tied here, and then tie it with wood, so you can really pull it. Okay, so we're tying some bamboo sticks to the pot. Ay, isa ka flash daw. Ako din lang tayo flash daw. So we're tying some bamboo sticks to the pot because this is where we are also going to tie the plat to the sticks. Okay, so I learned this term. The term here I learned from Nelly Stoyanova. He has a Facebook, and she does bonsai school. She teaches bonsais through her Facebook account. So there, it's tight. Okay, so stick will look like this. Now we're going to put some wire, install some wires. Okay, so this is quite lignified. So first, we're going to anchor here. So line put wire doon. So I think we need to wire many. Like that. Okay, so first I'm going to wire around So this one is double wiring, but this will not be enough. You need to wire more because it's quite amplified. So of course the plant will be stressed for a while and maybe will stop rooting. Will stop fruiting, but that is just temporary. As soon as it can stabilize, then it will continue to fruit. And this is, by the way, this is a grafted lemon, so you have to be careful where the graft is. So again, what are we doing? We are wiring so that we can move this lemon. And when this is a grafted one, so you have to maintain the leader. The leader, otherwise, maintain this leader. That means wherever the branch go, this should be your apex. So again, what do you call this? Anchor. It's called road sticks. Road, street, or R-O-A-D-E. Players dong i-arrange akong wire doon. I-arrange akong wire. Hindi ko migo. I have to climb. Okay, maintain these road sticks. The term I learned from Nelly Stoyanova. And thanks for that, Nelly. Okay, what's the purpose of that root stick? This is where we tie our wire to that. Okay, so this one we're going to bend this with this. Hopefully this can handle it. Oh. See? Okay, so kinahanglan ta kini sa dong i-tie diha dong. So this one we're going to tie here, and this one we're going to pull here, and then put this back up. So okay, I didn't hear any cracking yet, and then this is going to be up. We're going to protect the bark. So my assist is looking for some hoses. This is an isa doon. Okay, so kini siya dire. Ikutin doon, diha anak. Oh, there's a branch. Okay. Okay, so the base we tie to the first stick, and this one we will tie to the second stick like this. Tourniquet style, ha? This will serve as a tourniquet. And so the rest of the branches you can arrange with smaller wires. Okay, so you have to maintain your apex. So this is how it looks. Of course, the other branches, may gamay wire para kita sila doon. So that's the trunk. That's the trunk. So your trunk will grow this way. Then you have a very acute S. Okay, you have a very acute S. Because when this thickens, your X will minimize. You saw my assist is. Now I'm going to wire this branch. But this branch should not become the leader, because this branch has the tendency to become the leader. See? Yeah. You have to maintain your leader. Because this is yet, I think this is where's the graph? Oh, the graph is here. Ato din yung insure lang. Dito mo pikot. So you have to be careful though when you're wiring or bending, because you might damage the graph is here. It's not yet broken. So I'm wiring the branches. So this branch that I'm wiring is still above the graph. So no problem. I'm going to wire another branch, this one. Okay, I'm going to wire this branch because I'm going to anchor first. Anchor. And then I can add. Okay, so wire. So if you do not know wiring yet, you can watch I have a video for that. Anyway, it's just for, okay. You have to be careful with lemon because there are thorns. Now this has undergone a very stressing activity, this plant. So if possible, put it in a shade, semi-shade, just to tolerate some heat. Okay. But in any way, you have to be. So this needs to be twisted. I'm going to twist it back so that the rest will be wired as needed. So, but this branch is not going anywhere. So this is some fruits. Okay, so Dong, tuyo ka daw, Dong. So that's the lemon tree in a colander. Okay, so hope you enjoyed and learned something.